All right, welcome into the show, Creative Crypto here. Well, guys, the meme coin market on Solana has continued to pump here the last few weeks. As you can see here, these are the top meme coins by market cap on Solana. And I kind of like getting a view of it this way versus like on Deck Screener where you're looking at a bunch of trending coins and coins that are paid to be on here ranked. Of course, you can rank it by market cap on this as well, but then you get a lot of kind of junk in there. So I kind of like this Sol Meme Cap website. It kind of gives you a nice overview of the meme coin market, looking at the top memes. And I think it's just a nice visual to look at. As we can see, we have a lot of green going on here. Okay, and this is where you can find your blue chip meme coins. There just continues to be some nice runners on Solana lately. This Jimothy one was really the big runner the last week or so. And even Ansem has been holding its own this last couple weeks. It hit a high at around $438 million market cap. And then there was a bit of a sell-off and some profit taking, but it looks like it's stabilized and might go on another run here. Now, this video, I want to discuss the Pumpfun airdrop because this is something that we got an announcement from one of the co-founders of Pumpfun, Alon, about a year ago. In July of last year, he announced that there was going to be an airdrop on July 25th, 2025. And then he made an announcement a few days later saying the airdrop won't happen in the immediate future. Okay, as we go and look at Pumpfun's price here on the chart. So it's been over 1 year now since he made that announcement. And I'm wondering, what is the immediate future? I guess it's not 1 year, maybe 2 years, 3 years. And there have been a lot of people calling for the airdrop, especially Ansem, who is behind the Ansem coin as well, and just a big influencer in the meme coin space. Now, I just want to say that I do really like Pumpfun, the launchpad. I think it was a great innovation for crypto in general, and especially for Solana. And I've made some great profits trading meme coins that were launched on Pumpfun the last couple years. So I think it's a great innovation for the space. I think they're doing a great job, but there definitely is some things that they haven't done so well. And I want to point that out. And it's more constructive criticism rather than, fudding the platform, because it really has helped a lot of people make a lot of great profits trading meme coins. Now, of course, on the other side of it, there are a lot of people that have lost a lot of money trading meme coins from Pump.fun. And because of that, I thought they were going to have the airdrop to kind of level the playing field. Now, I'm going to analyze the two biggest airdrops in crypto history, which was Uniswap and hyperliquid, and see if Pumpfun can be similar with those two, because Pumpfun is making a ton of revenue. And what are they really doing with all that revenue? Are they just sitting on the cash? What are they actually doing with it? And why are they not giving it back to the community? So if we look at the second biggest airdrop of all time now, which is Uniswap, okay? And Uniswap airdropped back in September 2020. Each wallet was giving 400 uni at the time, which was about 15% of their total supply in coins. Okay, at the price of the airdrop, the coin was worth around $3 or $4, each wallet getting $1,200 per wallet. Now, I remember this one specifically because I received this airdrop, and it was a great blessing at the time because this was during, the tough times of 2020. You guys know what happened in those times, but it was just a nice little perk to get. And I actually had two wallets that I actually had trade on Uniswap. Basically, anybody that I trade on Uniswap, didn't matter how much, didn't matter how many times. If you trade on Uniswap with a MetaMask wallet, you got 400 uni in your wallet worth $1,200. Now, since that airdrop, the coin went up to over $40, okay, in a short amount of time. And a lot of people sold their airdrop super early, and they were disappointed. One of them being myself, okay, on one of my wallets. And then I found later that I had a second wallet, and it was worth a lot more. I was very thankful for that. Now, Uniswap at the time was revolutionary. It was really the first decentralized exchange where you could provide liquidity and trade all decentralized on smart contracts. They had other decentralized exchanges before this, but it really wasn't like Uniswap, and it wasn't fully decentralized. So because of that, they were very popular and they had a lot of revenue, and they decided to give a percentage of their tokens to the community, which basically used the protocol and got the protocol popular, which is a smart thing to do. And what they did, which was smart, was they launched it right away. They didn't wait, because the longer you wait, the more things can change. And we see the price today of Uni is actually close to when the airdrop happened. So, in 6 years, the price has held up. Okay, it hasn't held up this $40 price tag, but it has held up pretty decently. So I would say this airdrop was a big success. And this was really before airdrops really were a thing. They kind of surprised a ton of people with this airdrop, and it was a really great thing at the time. Created a lot of great momentum and popularity for Uniswap, and helped them grow their token, over 10x from when it launched. Now this leads us to the largest crypto airdrop ever, which was hyperliquid. Okay, now this happened back in November 2024, and they airdropped more than Uniswap, 31% of the total supply. And this was to hyperliquid users, same as Uniswap, people that use the protocol, they got the airdrop. Unfortunately, I missed out on this one, and this was actually a tough one to miss out on, because during this time I was airdrop hunting, but then I got into meme coins and I kind of got sidetracked from airdrops, and I missed this one here, because at the time I was looking for airdrops like this. I was trying out a bunch of different exchanges, bunch of different projects. Nothing really came to fruition except hyperliquid, and this was the best one of all time. They launched November at $2. It soared over 600% to $22 by mid-January, and the all-time high value at the time of the airdrop, it reached over $7 billion that they airdropped. Absolutely insane. The current price today is $60. So the coin is holding up extremely well from that $2 launch, even with airdropping 31% of the total supply. So that just goes to show you, if you give to your community that helped establish you as a popular protocol and used you and created fees and created revenue for your project, and you gave back to that community with a nice airdrop, you are rewarded for it. And we've seen the proof in the pudding here with the two biggest airdrops of all time, Uniswap and hyperliquid. They did it right. They did it from the start. They didn't wait. They didn't tease the airdrop. They didn't announce it and then a few days later say that it's not going to happen in the immediate future. They just airdropped the coins and they let nature take over at that point. And that's what happened. And it really followed in the same footsteps as Uniswap as far as success. And this coin is still doing very well today. And that leads us to Pump.fun. Okay, Pump.fun. So their total combined revenue, this is all-time revenue, okay, from Pump.fun, from their Pump swap, all time we're looking at $1.7 billion in just fees alone. Now the protocol revenue is a little bit lower, so really they're looking at over $1 billion in revenue that they've made, okay, and they're making an annualized return of about $450 million at the moment. Now, just the Pump swap exchange that's been live since February 2025, they made about over $138 million. And the total protocol revenue is about $22 million, so less than really the total fees that they've made. You can see their annual revenue is about $47 million from the Pump swap. So it's about a 10x difference between Pump swap and Pump.fun. Okay, the launch pad. So this shows that they do have the revenue and liquidity to be able to airdrop their coin. They definitely have made a ton of profit, and they've made much more revenue than the first two airdrops that I showed you, the biggest ones of all time. They've made more than those protocols have made before the airdrop. So those protocols at the time of their airdrops, they had not made over $1 billion in protocol revenue, not even close. Okay, they have made it now, but at the time of the airdrop, they had not. And Pumpfun has. Okay, Pumpfun absolutely just prints money. All right, they've been doing it year after year, going on, going to be 3 years coming up next year. And we still have no airdrop. It's been over 1 year since that first airdrop announcement from Elon. I really don't know what the immediate future is for this, if it's ever going to be, because the longer you drag it out, the more the community gets irritated. And they really stop supporting you over time because you are not supporting the community. In crypto, you really have to give back to the communities that help make you and helped provide revenue for you and use your protocol. You have to give back to them, because I've shown you with the biggest airdrops of all time that it worked out for both of them in the positive. Yes, in the beginning, the coin probably dumped, but then over time, both of those coins pumped because of the positivity and just the great marketing that you have from an airdrop, because everybody wants to be involved. And that's what Pumpfun really can do, but they really haven't done it lately. And I'm really starting to wonder if they ever will. Now, I have to give Ansem credit because he's been very vocal publicly pressuring the team at Pumpfun to have an airdrop. Now, if you guys remember, they had an ICO for the Pumpfun coin, okay, where people actually raised money. They didn't use their own money to fund the coin, which is even more crazy, okay? They got outside funding to fund their ICO. They didn't use any of their $1 billion in revenue to fund their own coin, which is absolutely insane. So he's pressuring them to put 24% of the Pumpfun allocation that they were going to unlock for the ICO into the airdrop. Okay, he called for this back in early July, called for a $300 million airdrop for, users of Pumpfun. Now, instead of the promised community airdrop, Pumpfun has been buying back and burning the Pumpfun token. Okay, so they're buying back and burning it. So they're trying to give it some value. It really hasn't done much. So they're basically burning their own money to keep the coin, I don't know, even strong. I mean, it's not even back to ICO price. So they're burning all this money. They've literally burned over $370 million worth of the Pumpfun coin, which they could have just airdropped to people. Instead, they burned it. Not sure if that was the best move to be making, okay, in my opinion. So, it's not really the best moves that Pumpfun has been doing here. They need to just airdrop the coin and be done with it. Now, a few hurdles that I was thinking that maybe is preventing them from airdropping the coin. They're worried about potential security issues as far as, airdropping a security, because I think Uniswap went through that with their airdrop a little bit, but I don't think anything came of it. And Uniswap is actually based in New York City in the United States. And they didn't have any regulatory issues, as far as I can tell, airdropping their unique coin. Now, Pumpfun might think they will because they're airdropping, a coin that has value, and it could be seen as airdropping a security. However, I don't think it would be seen that way, but even if it did, what they could do is, instead of airdropping the Pumpfun coin, just airdrop Solana. Instead of taking that $300 million in Solana that they used to buy back the Pumpfun coin and burning it, airdrop that $300 million Solana to the Pumpfun community, the Pumpfun users, the early users, the people that had a lot of volume. Because that would cause huge news around crypto that Pumpfun airdrops $300 million worth of Solana to early Pumpfun users and people that generate a lot of fees for the platform. Then they don't have to worry about the Pumpfun coin dumping. And what are most people going to do with that Solana? Yes, maybe some of them will cash some of it out, but most of them will go right back into the trenches on Pump.fun and start trading with more Solana than they had before, because now they have all this Solana. So now they're trading more money, and that's more fees and more revenue that Pumpfun's going to make. Okay, so you will get that money back in the long run if you just give it to the community and let the fees come in as they do, because now more people are trading with more money on Pumpfun. You see how that just continues to go? And then because of that, because they had their airdrop and people aren't worried about their coin having an airdrop, their coin could pump, and it might get back to, the ICO level, and it could pump, back to all-time highs, 300, 400%. And now you're even more valuable as a company because your coin is pumped, because big whales aren't worried about a airdrop happening in the future and their bags are going to get absolutely destroyed. It's a win-win. Okay, if they don't want to airdrop the Pumpfun coin, airdrop Solana. They have the revenue to do it. Don't let them kid you that they don't have the revenue. They have been buying back their own coin with the Solana. They have tons of Solana. They make tons of Solana every single day and every single month and every single year, as I showed you. And they can afford to do this, and they should do this. Now, the big question is, will they do this? And that's the $1 million question, actually the $1 billion question. And that's something that we really will never know until it does happen. So hopefully the Pumpfun team realizes that now is the time to do this, because there's not a better time to do this. You have some competition coming in with Robinhood. Okay, Robinhood chain has really been putting the pressure on Solana. There's been some pretty big runners on this Robinhood chain as well, as far as meme coins go. So now's the time to take back the momentum to Solana and have this airdrop. Okay, this is the time to do it, and it really would create a lot of great free marketing for Pumpfun and Solana itself to bring back the people that maybe went over to Robinhood and tried to test the waters over there. This is the time to do it. I hope they do it, and we shall see if they do in the future. So guys, that really does it for this video. I just really wanted to cover that topic of the airdrop and give an update, 1 year since that announcement. Where are we? Where's the airdrop? Still $0 airdrop from Pumpfun. Got a lot of pressure on them from Ansem and a lot of people wanting to see this airdrop happen. I think it would be a win-win for Pumpfun to do it. You guys saw how I outlined it in this video. If you guys liked this video, please hit a thumbs up, subscribe for more. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about this Pumpfun airdrop? Do you think it's ever going to happen? Has Pumpfun really dropped the ball? Or can they still recover this and really provide for the community like they should and provide this airdrop? Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know how meme coin trading is going for you. Let me know if you got into Ansem, if you made some great profits. I'll be interested to hear about it. And until the next time we will talk again, take care and take charge. Creative Crypto out.